But we made it. We made it.
Bungee, attach it to my pole and attach it to one of the holes, okay?
Morning, boys.
Yeah.
Get the bungee.
How you doing?
We're doing fine.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, a bit difficult to get the old pegs out, but we're getting there.
Poles out,
Right, this way.
What else? Have you got your poles out?
So just want to get the tent down. It's really good to practice actually with a bit of a blow, because I know we're probably going to come up with a few of these. So just get the thing down and get back to Resolute and get our kit sorted out. I've got a list that big of things I want to get done before tomorrow morning.
The competitors battle their way back through the bad weather off the sea ice to Resolute Bay to complete their training. However, some teams are feeling the cold a little less than others.
Sounds good.
James, is that good? So exactly, just how come you're wandering around the hotel in front of the
Everyone.
ladies?
Yeah, well, I'm trying to hide behind the pillar, but basically we thought we'd wash all our clothes because we forgot to wash them. We went on a trip to Sweden and we haven't washed them yet, so they've been used for 2 trips, and so we thought they were rather smelly. And literally washed everything, so this is all we have left.
I'd just like to say there's never going to be a birthday like this, I'm sure, and what can I say? I'm a bit
Help.
apprehensive.
Old.
Couldn't happen to enough. That's close enough.
The very next morning, final preparations are underway for the departure of the polar ice.
Yeah, I'm pretty confident. We're got the elements of a good team here. Maps are reasonably accurate. We found some pretty logical points, keeping about a mile offshore, staying out of rubble ice and all the associated rubbish involved in that, all the umping and bumping and stuff. Hopefully we'll have a nice bit of, well, reasonably flat. I can't see it being totally flat, just because of the islands and headlands in there and swirling currents and such like. But we're trying to just keep it simple, really. If we make our first waypoint, that'll be an absolute bonus, and we'll camp there perhaps. Who knows?
Nice day for a 350-mile stroll.
Good day for you.
Yes, nervous. It's a bit blowy out, although I think it's warmer than it was, so it doesn't look too bad. But I want to get on with it because it's the pre-race nerves, and God knows if we're ready. But hell, time will tell.
Just as the race is about to begin, the weather suddenly takes a dramatic turn for the worse. This is not going to be an easy first day for the competitors.
Really thrilled about this. God.
The weather was lovely a minute ago.
I feel like I'm about to be dropped at school for the first time. Or summer camp. You know that horrible feeling when you're like, I don't know, dumped at boarding school or sent away on Boy Scouts the first time in your life. It's a feeling of impending doom, rather like they describe a heart attack. But I feel happy.
John, how you doing?
Yeah, really well. It's blown a bit of a hoolie to start the race, so I suppose it's a bit of a baptism of fire. But yeah, pretty good. We've done all our planning and preparation and just ready to rock now, really. So yeah, bring it on.
We're good.
It's your birthday today, the start of the race.
Dead right, Tony. I can't believe the weather.
It was lovely just a few moments ago.
It's supposed to clear up, you know? And this is like a blizzard. This is, and we've only gone, what, 100 metres? Around the corner, parked the sleds, and we're going to have about 3.5 weeks of this, so Christ, we'll be fine. Keep positive.
Yes, the countdown has started. Butterflies definitely, but the wind doesn't seem as bad in the shelter. Now just can't wait to get going. A little nervous for sure, but once we're on our way, hopefully we'll go reasonably in the right direction.
Yes. 7.
Now starting to really get bloody nervous actually, as we all are, and yeah, can't quite believe it. It's like a really empty feeling, and the weather's sort of typically Arctic as I imagine it, as you see on films and everything else, and we're going to be away for 20 days, I can't believe it. So yeah, thanks to all the guys here. It's been brilliant this week, and let's hope it all goes well for all the teams.
Hello. Well, we're about 5 minutes away from the start now, and I just feel sick.
How are you doing?
I'm very good, how are you?
I'm doing well. Bit nervous?
Okay, Team Carpe Diem, about to start the race. I hope everybody else is worried.
You ready to go?
I am! We're ready. We're confident. I'm happy. I got the best teammate a guy could have. We're starting in just a minute. It's so exciting.
It's been a very, very good week preparation. Now it's all coming down to actually whether we can actually get 350 miles all the way to the pole. So really looking forward to it, really, more than anything else.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hi, Tony.
Carpe Diem! Carpe Diem! Seize the day! Started 5 minutes ago. You see everybody racing off into the distance. Keep going! Charlotte and Sarah, the blue tits there. Mum and Richard up ahead.
Hi, this is Tony Woodford. I'm standing on the start line of the Polar Race 2007. The contestants have just left in some pretty severe conditions, but we feel confident that they're all going to be okay.
However, they weren't okay, and the very next day, after their first night out camped out on the ice, I was sent out on an emergency mission.
Hello, boys.
Morning.
How you doing?
Yeah, alright, not too bad, not too bad.
Just cracking up?
Yeah, pushed ourselves maybe a little bit too much yesterday.
You went miles.
Yeah, the other team's just up there, and there was kind of like a bit of a, you know, who's gonna cut first, and we just hit a point where we were hoping to do our sat call in the boffy bag, satellite phone wouldn't work. That
Hence
point,
my visit. I've come to have a look at your phone and replace it if required.
yeah, it just doesn't, for some bizarre reason, it just won't connect, and actually we can't hear what you're saying on the other end of the phone. Not a bad state, but we're on the edge of being on a bad state. We're quite lucky that we cut there. Broke 2 bindings as well on the first
I'll
day.
have a look at those as well.
So it's wasn't the best first day, but it's a learning experience, I think, more than anything else.
Well, you've covered some ground. The racers continue to checkpoint 1, taking in some amazing scenery along the way. But it's not long before we get a call with another worrying problem.
Another long, hard one, really pushing it. In fact, look at that. I'm being the hero and pulling 2 pulks. We've been following some skidoo tracks because it's a little bit easier. And look what's coming. Can you see that? Where are they?
For the race control, over.
Back at Resolute, the dramas continue as Jake gets his wish and has an all too close encounter with the bear.
Polar bears have attacked them, and they are at the moment ravaging the two pulks. Okay, the guys are okay. They're about 40 meters away from the bears, so reviewing the situation.
How are you? Are you okay? Over. Well, you did say earlier on how much you were looking forward to seeing one, Jake. Over.
Jock instructs Team Refuge and Polar Horizon to join forces and camp together so they can defend against any further bear attacks. Fortunately, the bears have gone and do not return.
Started out this morning, quite strong winds outside. Poor Mum went out for number 2 and came back half frozen. Took us quite a while to get the tent down. Richard's hands got very cold when we were putting the tent away. And then we set off, and then we were being plagued by bad luck. Richard's ski binding broke just as we were getting warm, so we had to stop, warm kit on again, mend the ski binding, so we all got cold again. Then we made the bad decision to try and get Mum skiing, and that was a mistake really because it was too cold and windy. So again, that just made everyone very cold before we finally gave that up. And then we hit a rubble field, so the morning was pretty much written off. So at a time when Jock wanted more miles, we were on course to do a record bad day. Luckily, however, things picked up in the afternoon, and we all put in a lot of effort, worked really, really hard, yomped, and managed to do 9.5 miles in total. It's not good, but it was on course to do a lot worse than that if we hadn't put in the effort.
So this is team checkpoint 1, heading up to the airport. Alright lads?
Yes sir.
You ready?
This is a bit of a new experience for you, isn't it? Now, after entering the race in 2003, you're now a checkpoint crew. You're seeing it completely from the other side.
Oh yeah, it's very different. The start of the race really brought back some memories for me. I was really feeling for those guys. I could see one or two of them were nervous, and I know exactly how they feel. But they'll settle into it in this first leg, and by the end of the first leg, they'll be well and truly used to the ice. We've got to go. We've got to catch our flight. Shall we go?
Here we are at checkpoint 1 and Team Refuge have arrived. They are literally yards away from the finish line. Well done Team Refuge!
Thank you. Stop the clock.
And you've made it across the finish line on checkpoint 1, lads. You're first here.
Oh, Polar Horizon must be pretty close. Yeah, we had a really early start this morning because we're a bit nervous about bears now, and at about 5 o'clock we heard footprints, you know that noise, that around our tent, so we had a little bit of a panic, and then James popped his head out and we thought, fuck, let's just wake up and go.
So what happened with the bears?
That was quite hard, that bit. And one of them started doing this with its head. It was like Curious Bear, so we were kind of excited, but then they were walking straight for us. And then when they were 100 meters, they kind of separated like that, so we thought, oh no, now we're being stalked, no escape. So we undid our pulks, and James had the gun ready, I had the camera.